Hey, sports fans, huddle up. It's time for the DQ Pigskin Report. A weekly football show with the head coaches at Danville, Boyle, Mercer, Garrett, and Lincoln counties. The Center College head coach, plus an update from the UK football coach. The Pigskin Report. Brought to you by DQ Happy Tastes Good. Intercounty Energy, a Touchstone Energy cooperative. State Farm Insurance, here to help life go right. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky. Jobmaster Rental, let them help master your job. CC Auto Parts and Service, an Auto Value Certified Service Center. Now, with the DQ Pigskin Report, here are your hosts, Rick Schobel and Joe Mathis.
Good evening from the Harrodsburg DQ Grill and Chill. Thank you, Joe. That was wonderful. That's a masterful job there. I know.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, this is it. This is our swan song, our last show from the Harrodsburg DQ Grill and Chill, and we've been treated so good by Barbara Montgomery and her gang here. They really do a great job. Great promoters. I'll tell you what, we're going to miss them. We're going to miss being out here with you all. December specials, Joe. Let's go over this. We've got Coach Haddix here with us, and he's doing another interview right now. He'll be with us in just a couple minutes, hopefully. December specials at your DQ Grill and Chill. The biscuits and gravy, just $3.99. Sausage biscuit, $1.49. Not one, but two double cheeseburgers for $7. Two plain cheeseburgers for $5. Get a medium sundae for $3.49. A medium cone, $2.99. Now, Joe, this is new. Added to the big value meal they have, $7 value meal. This is new. It's a crispy onion cheeseburger. And you said, I think you got this last week.
Yeah, I did last week. Yep.
Cheeseburger with pickles, ketchup, and mayo with crispy onions. It comes with fries, drink, and a sundae. You get all of that for just $7 to Harrodsburg DQ Grill and Chill.
Love it.
And if that's not enough, shake up the season with Holiday Nog Shake. You like eggnog? This might be right up your alley.
I don't know when the last time I had eggnog was.
It's been a while. I don't really care for it myself.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm saying I don't know if I'd like it or not. Now, I've heard it's really good. So if you like eggnog, it's probably something you want to try out. When I'm a Dairy Queen, it's Blizzard, that's
right.
what I'm getting a Blizzard when I get an ice cream treat. And so we both got Blizzards tonight. Now, maybe I shouldn't have said that because I don't know if the calories counted if I wasn't going to say that on the air. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not worried about calories.
Yeah, now what are you worried about? The sugar? Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I scolded already once about that.
Yes, a lady came in and scolded Rick for having a Blizzard.
Yeah, I know.
How dare you?
I know it. That's my last swan song here, so I've got to go back.
Yeah, might as well have fun.
Straight and narrow. The 2 for $5 snacks available: pretzels with queso cheese, a large drink, regular fry, cheeseburger, 2 chicken strips, small sundae. 2 of those, any 2 combination you want for $5. And a $4 breakfast that includes a half order of biscuits and gravy, chicken gravy burritos, sausage biscuit comes with a hash brown and drink. All of that just $4. I mean, you could just save all day. And then I think about every day, the seniors,
10%.
55 and over, get 10% off. So it's not a certain day and a certain time. You can come in. Barbara Montgomery's done it right, learned well from Larry how to promote. She does a great job promoting. A lot going on here at Harrodsburg DQ Grill and Chill. Well, what an exciting game with Boyle County and Franklin County, and man, wasn't much of a contest after the first half. First half is 14-0, but and we're still waiting for Coach to come back in.
Yeah, we do. I can say that what Rick is saying is the truth. Coach Haddix is definitely here.
Yeah, he's here. He had another interview he had to do.
Yeah, he was drinking a milkshake and drinking a Pepsi.
Yeah, we're looking at it right now.
Looking at Coach Haddix's milkshake right now. So when he comes in, we'll have him on the air. But as of right now, waiting for him. He came in and said, "Hey, I've got another interview I've got to do at 6 o'clock.
Right.
And that one's probably going to last 5 or 10 minutes." He said, "So when that one's over, he said I'll come back in here." But as you mentioned, exciting 34-0 shutout win over Franklin County on Friday night. It's crazy to think that Boyle County is now tied for 4th in the state in state championships in football. Tied 4th. And they just started winning championships 26 years ago.
Yeah.
1999 was the first one. And in the last 26 years, if you're 26 years old, Boyle County has won a state championship for half of your life. It's insane. I saw that they're second in the state in that time frame from 1999 to 2025 in state championships, won only behind Louisville Trinity. which is the bluest of blue bloods,
Yeah.
right? I mean, they won their 30th state championship on Saturday, beat South Warren. So what Boyle County has done in high school football, from literally being at the lowest of lows essentially some seasons to winning the first one in 1999 to being a perennial power every single year, is remarkable. And they didn't lose a beat, obviously, when Coach Haddix got here. They won 4 straight, had a chance to win 5 straight with the game last year versus Covenant Catholic. Obviously, a fumble did not go their way last year. Call went their way this year, but good teams make the winning plays. And they continue to make winning plays in the game versus Corbin. They made all the winning plays versus Franklin County on Friday night, and they deserve to be state champions.
Yep, they've earned it.
Yeah, and they've won now 5 of the 6 years under Coach Haddix. And you had mentioned Coach Haddix at Boyle County is 5 for 5 himself
in the state
championship games.
Yep, 5 for 5.
So it's, and they're going to be really good again next year. Like, we're going to talk about this year. Obviously, they just won the championship 2 days ago. But Jet Raleigh's back, Seneca Driver's back, Daryl Yancey, Adrian Knoll, some of those guys are going to be back. So, they're going to be really good again next year. Coach Haddix had just mentioned he's more excited for next year than he was coming into this year.
Yeah.
And they went 14-1 this year and won the state championship.
I'll be honest
with
with
you.
you.
It's going to be fun.
Half the season was over. I wasn't certain that this team had it to win the state championship.
Yeah.
But, man, they really, especially the defense, really picked up the second half of the season. They started blitzing more. And they just started just winning and taking names. I mean, of course, they had a weak district. They ran the district, but, that's all part of it. Okay, the man himself, ladies and gentlemen, has joined us now. He is in high demand, so we are very fortunate and very lucky to get this busy man here with us. Coach Justin Haddix, congratulations, man. Another state championship. You're 5 for 5 as a finalist at Boyle County. How do you get any better than that? I mean,
Well, I wish I've been here 6 years. I wish I'd have got 6 for 6, but that is what it is. Did that, but I'm very, very proud of our group that we have, a group of young men who, looking before the year we talked before we got on air, of not many people gave us a chance to be in this spot, especially after that loss to Lexington Catholic early in the year. And our kids just continue to believe and fight. And we talked about it all year. We can be as good as we want to be, and it's up to them, and they got to own it and get to work, and they definitely did. And that's the most rewarding part for me.
Well, you lose your starting quarterback, Baylor Murphy. He goes down with an injury. You come up with a sophomore who came and did mop-up duty. The next game, he started his first game ever at a varsity level, and he didn't miss a beat. I mean, Jet Riley just absolutely put that team on his back and played just outstanding. There was times that sometimes he overthrew some people, but you know what? He learned from that, and the element that he had that really helped offense too is he could take off running too. He didn't hesitate.
I think that was I don't know if he put them on their back or they put him on his back, but our team really rallied around him, and he was able to. He's a cool customer. He doesn't get too high or too low. It almost makes you mad someone as a coach sometimes of getting on him. But he could the thing that helped our offense was him being able to pull the ball and run.
Yep.
And when you have options like that, and sometimes he kind of did that on his own. I know the Ballard game, he took off on a couple, and I didn't know who had the ball and what the play was. And some of our offense of what we do is it's a read where you don't have to – when your quarterback can run, you've got 10 blockers instead of 9, and that makes it tough. And he made a big run against St. X that he kind of pulled the number himself. You look in the region final games, it's 3rd and 6 against Cove Cath, and he'd mentioned something and said, well, if I do, I said, if you see it and go. But, it's one of those things you better not miss. And he pulled the ball and took off for, 30-yard run, got ran out of bounds by a guy wearing number 74. I gave him a hard time about that. But, he made some plays with his feet and still got a lot of room to grow. I think he can be a really good player. And our guys really rallied around him, and he made enough plays to win the game. So, the undefeated is a starter. And we played maybe the toughest schedule that we played at Boyle County in a long, long time.
Franklin County scored the most points of anybody in 4A. How in the world did you shut them out? That defense was just awesome.
Our defense played really well. Coach Nick Mills is our defense coordinator, and this was his, last year here, him and Coach Arnett kind of split it a little bit. Coach Arnett had an outstanding year with 10-0 over at Glasgow, and then this is Coach Mills. Hey, it's you by yourself. You got to take advantage of it and do this. And he did an outstanding job of really taking it and taking off and running. And I think they all believed in him. We had this is what we're going to do. This is where we want to be. You can't get too cute. Just got to go play football. Get our guys out there and go. And he did an outstanding job of mentally getting those guys to lock in. We lost some really, really good players from the year before on defense, lost every linebacker we had. We were playing new guys in different positions. And then, our linebackers and D-line and secondary all dominated really some of the best teams in the state of Kentucky.
I think, and I've been there a long time at Boyle County, I think this was the best team effort you've had because everybody sort of picked up. You didn't rely on Mr. Football. You didn't have that one. Seneca Driver obviously dominates. And what can you say about Jiden Smith-Heisel? But as far as a team, when you had injuries go down, you had other guys step up. You were deep in a lot of the skilled positions, and that really helped.
Oh, we were on our third free safety going into the region finals after so you had Drakeford go down, who played really well and done this, had an ankle, had surgery, tried to get back. Ended up getting back, thank goodness. Then you had Lucas Young, who started and played an outstanding. He played some corner, had to have him at free safety, played great. Unbelievable plays against finished the game against Frederick Douglass, pulled his hamstring. So then he's out. Never did get back, for this. And then here we go. We got to have Brady Edwards and Brady Thompson, like, hey, we got to have you. And we would have those team meetings, and we would have those meals at the house. And they talked about we were going to play Frederick or Covcath. And I'll never forget this. Kane Logan, well, I allow them to speak. Say, hey, speak what's on your mind, what's going on. And he said, there's no weak link. There's no excuse. Brady, we got to have you. We've got to do this. And Brady Edwards really took off from that, and he played outstanding in the secondary to finish up the year. Him and Drakeford split some time in the finals there, but really stepped up and did a lot of great things for us. So you look at the depth, and those are some sophomores that make you a little nervous as a coach that you're putting the sophomores in big games. But got a lot of guys, a lot of experience. And next year we're going to add a Maddox Hager, who missed out this whole year too, who's probably a top he's a top 25 player in the state of Kentucky, top 25 probably in the whole country at tight end. So and he'll play some defense too, play some DN. So you're adding him to what we got coming back.
Robert, if you can cue it up. Coach Haddix does not get to hear this. This is what it sounded like scoring for Boyle County last Friday night.
The Boyle County Rebels are state champions.
Driver takes it. Touchdown. Boyle County.
Nobody's going to get it. He's gone.
Touchdown. 50 yards for Jiden Smith. Rebels is lined up for a 39-yard field goal attempt. Fresh.
Baylor Murphy is the holder.
Murphy's the holder, Backup quarterback holding. Yep, so there's the fake.
There it is. And there's the pass for the end.
Are you kidding me?
Seneca Driver.
That was over his head.
Catches a touchdown pass here at the end of the first half.
Holy mackerel.
What a play. He's inside the 5. Touchdown, Boyle County. 13th state championship for the Boyle County Rebels. Amazing. Final score, Boyle County 34, Franklin County nothing.
Congratulations, Boyle County Rebels, state 4A champions.
Wow. That's the way it sounded by us up there in the booth, Coach. And that was so exciting. I got to ask you, going back, who in the world called that fake field goal? And tell us how that happened.
So we were there. I forget. I know, all of our coaches, we were on the same frequency on the headset of this, and we said, hey, what about a field goal? And then somebody said, nah, that's out of his range where we want to go. And said, well, let's line up and go Rebel. I don't know if it's Coach Ray, Coach Mills, all those guys are there, and we've made a lot of those calls. One of them called against Highlands when we did the snake in the grass and kind of that. So we're very open on I guess there's not I call the plays, and when I send it in, that's it. But it's very open. Hey, what do you like? What do you like on here with Coach Lefevue, Coach, all these guys? And we want to put our best foot that we can. And somebody said, hey, do this. I said, okay, let's call. If we don't like it, we have a timeout. We'll call timeout. And then if it is, we'll just throw one-on-one to Seneca and throw it in bounds and be able to go. So we go out. They're looking at our sideline the whole time. They call timeout. All right, come on over. So I look, and I see Baylor, which Brady Thompson had been the holder.
Right.
And he can throw it, and we practiced with him doing this play. And I said, well, they're not going to know that Baylor is in. We'll just run him in. And obviously he has more experience throwing the ball. He's been a holder. He was the holder before. Maybe they don't pick up on it. If they do, hey, Baylor, just give him a chance at the ball. And they lined up in it. We felt like we had a good look. That's all she wrote. He made an outstanding play. Baylor threw a great ball. And then talk about momentum switcher. That was it.
It was 7-0 and to that point right there. You were kicking off to start the second half, and Mo is good and bad. It was good for you all. Unbelievable catch. And that offensive line. Baylor had time. He had to hold on to that ball Seneca get down. He had guys draped on him.
Seneca's playing bumper cars. They'd hit him and not thrown anything, but, he made a big-time play. And when the ball's in the air, there is no 80-20 ball or 50-50 ball. It's 80-20, 90-10 with him. If you throw it in bounds, you got a good chance.
I do want to ask you about Seneca because I feel like I was at the Lincoln County game, and I feel like as the season went on, we saw Seneca kind of settle into, I'm the best player on the field, and I'm going to prove it. And I feel like when I was at the Lincoln County game, that was almost like the turning point to where, like, you look at the stats after that, there's nearly every game, there's either Seneca with a touchdown run, 2 touchdown catches, a touchdown run, and a touchdown catch. Did you see that as the season went on where Seneca almost got this mindset to where, like, no one's going to stop me. I'm the best player on the field. I'm a top 3 player in the state of Kentucky, and I'm going to prove it every single night.
He's the top player in Kentucky. I don't care what class. But I think he's one of the top players in the country. But I really think the switch got flipped at Ballard.
Ballard, okay.
When he was at Ballard, he made 6 or 7 catches that were unbelievable. He made a touchdown catch. He was going up over people. He was doing this, but I think he really, that's when it kind of flicked for him. Like, I've got to do this for our team to win. And he is not. We don't talk about all these offers. We don't talk about, hey, him going here, going to that. As far as it's not something that he once said out in front of anybody, his team. He just wants to be one of the guys.
Team player.
And that is the thing. I don't know how I would act if I had 40 offers and I'm 17 years old and I'm here and I've got to do all this stuff. It would be tough to. So that's a testament to his parents, his mom and his dad, and what they do. But he's been a joy to coach. He comes to work every day. And we talked a lot this year about love and playing for your teammates. Well, it's easy to play hard when you get the ball every time. When you get the ball, everybody's going to go hard. But how are you going to go hard like with an offensive lineman's mentality? They never carry the ball. They're always doing something for somebody else. So you think about when Seneca's at tight end, if you notice the very first offensive play, that kid had to come out of the game after he blocked him because he pancaked him. And, the kid's tapping out the very first play of the game.
Yep.
And the way that – and if you notice in some of the other games, even when we put Seneca out wide, those corners that come up on him are paying the price for trying to be guarding him and being physical with him.
Yep.
And those guys don't like playing that way, and he loves it. When he's in between those white lines, he's going to make it physical, and then if he gets a chance to catch a ball or whatever he's got to do for us to win, he's going to go do it. And I think he really took that mindset. One of the biggest plays of the game, the 3rd down and 2 run, they were on the 2. I don't know why they ran it to his side. The quarterback tried to pull it, and, he looked like a little kid, like throwing him around.
Yep.
But just both sides of the ball. I think he led us in interceptions. One of the best plays was against Lincoln County. He's playing D-end. We put him at D-end, being able to rush him. They're throwing a hitch. He's at D-end. He just, boom, jumps up and grabs it, pick six. And you're like, golly, that was an unbelievable play. But very, very talented young man, very humble young man, loves his teammates, loves the Boyle County, and we're getting to witness maybe one of the best players ever.
In the 5 playoff games, he scored 6 touchdowns, and I don't know how many numerous Wildcat first downs he got for you. Tough yardage.
Yeah,
on
I
3rd down.
The one play that stands out for him playing Wildcat quarterback, we're playing Douglas up at Douglas. It's 4th and 3. They stop him, and I'm like, it's one of those things. They stop. He just keeps rolling them, and he ends up gaining 7. Should have been a loss of 3.
Drags people
at the thing.
Yep.
He dragged them for.
Yep.
Just mentality of I'm not going to be stopped.
And we had one like that against Franklin County Junior State Championship game where it seemed like he dragged about 3 or 4 guys 10 or 15 yards after initial contact, just throwing guys off of him.
That's players over plays. That's what that's called. Get it to your guys.
Yeah. Speaking of players, real quickly, throughout the season, Jiden Smith-Heisel, and you all were, I mean, obviously you were blowing teams out there in the middle of district play, so you're working Yancey and working Adrian Newell and all that.
Bubby.
But, yeah, Bubby. When we saw Jiden Smith-Heisel become like a workhorse in the playoffs and like carrying the ball 25, 30 times a game, 440 yards versus Covington Catholic, tell us about what we saw from him going from, again, some parts of the season touching the ball 5 or 6 times in a game to touching it 25. It was 29 in the state championship game versus Franklin County, just feeding him the ball and watching him work.
I think everybody, the game that stands out to me was the Highlands game. So the Highlands game, and we just gotten beat. You know, he did okay the other couple games, and we was like, well, I don't know if he can be the guy of this. I don't know if he can be our main guy. So we were looking, Bubby is going to be the guy. All right, all week in practice, John did not get a whole lot of reps. Was not running this. Obviously, he's frustrated being a senior, been the guy, whatever. And we was going to give it to Bubby. Bubby, if you look, first couple drives, he got it. Not that he did a bad job, but then he was playing defense too, and somebody said, hey, I need a break. Jiden goes in. His second run was 75 yards to the house. And then he ended up fumbling twice late in that game. But when something like that happened, our guys all went to him and, like, picked him up.
Yeah.
It was not like our guys wanted him to be the guy. So it was not what is he doing in there? They were there, and that was something with this team. You talk about it of the most complete team. They were there was never any complaining. It was not, hey, offense, do something. Because our offense didn't play great all year. St. X, playing a really good team. Defense held them to 3. Highlands, we turned it over 2 or 3 times. Probably should have been a 30-20 game, 35-20 game. It ends up being 21-20. The Corbin game, offense played really well.
Yeah.
Defense struggled a little bit. But there was never any bickering of, hey, you got to do something. You got to do this. It was a team, and that's what wins. Teams win, not just players as far as you're going there.
Well, Jiden Smith-Heisel, 5 playoff games, rushed for 944 yards and 14 touchdowns. Now, you got to remember this. The first and second games were running clocks. Mm-hmm. He did not play 4 quarters. Could you imagine what kind of numbers he would have had he played every down or, carrying it 25, 30 times a game?
I think that's a testament to our team as far as there's never going to be anybody at our place that's just going to constantly get fed. Why was Jiden so ready to go? Because he was fresh. He wasn't run down all year when you're playing against some of these teams. He's got to be the ball that carries it every time. He had a great – when his number was called, and he would tell you he's not the biggest guy to do this, and he doesn't – he's very humble. Well, I couldn't do it without my lineman doing this, and he's true, but he made some outstanding runs. Some runs that, he's hitting 20 miles per hour on the little GPS, and, what a year. That kid – well, I'm so proud of him. We had, I don't know how many, there was times when he was in a rough patch, and we would talk to him, and we'd have to do this, and I didn't know if he would make it. I mean, to be honest, I didn't know if he would be on the team when he was, and he knows that, and I love him, and made a post, and just seeing how much he matured, and to see him have that success. It brings
a little
tears.
guy.
Oh, he's not the big. Oh, they would laugh at him when we come out, because I watch the other coaches. And they do warm-ups, and they kind of like, they see him like, God, like kind of pointing and laughing. And they ain't laughing when he ran for 440 and I don't know how many touchdowns. But now, guess what he is? Nobody knows this yet, but he's going to be he's one of 9 players up for Mr. Football in the state of Kentucky.
Really?
Wow.
One of 9 players. 1-year starter at running back for us. Almost 2,000 yards rushing, one of 9 players up to Mr. Football in the state of Kentucky.
And I said this, he was so short sometimes, and his offensive line was so tall, he kind of hid, but he had great vision. He didn't run hard right away sometimes. He would look for the hole that was created by his offensive line, and he didn't need much of a hole because he cut back, spun. He has God-given talent.
Right. Well, some people think if you're really fast, you can be a running back, or if you're really fast, you can be a receiver. You've got to have a good feel for the game, and he had a good feel for the game. He got better. He took coaching. He got a lot of experience. This kid's playing scout team running back against our defense for 2 years. His junior and senior year, or his sophomore, junior, he's going against one of the best defenses in the state. Excuse me. And, he's making things happen against our defense and did an outstanding job for that. And then I think you put that experience and getting to play around some really good players, good things happen.
Well, they do. And something good's got to happen. We need to take a break, and we're going to come back with the Boyle County Senior Salute. You're getting it live from the Harrodsburg DQ Grill and Chill, and you're getting it live on FM 99.5, WHBN 103.9 FM, WHIR, and stream live at hometownlive.net.
What kind of tires do we keep at CC Auto? Cooper, Michelin, Nitto, Hankook, Firestone, Bridgestone, Toyo, General, Yokohama, and many more. We've just added the new line of Mastercraft tires, and we are also a Goodyear National Account dealer. We keep lawn and garden tires in stock, as well as farm implement tubes and tires. We have a farm service truck to meet the needs of our farmers. Call us at CC Auto today, 734-9515.
CC Auto Parts and Service. Service is the difference. We get it.
Most of us may have some weekend free time, so when you find yourself looking at a home project, come see us at Job Master Rental. We'll get you the right tool for any job. We can help you tackle home improvement projects to major construction and everything in between. Come see us at Job Master and take advantage of our weekend special. Pick up a piece of equipment on Friday after 3 p.m. and return it by 8 a.m. Monday morning and pay the one-day price. Come see us for all your rental needs. Visit us at jobmasterrental.com. We have 2 convenient locations in Danville and Lebanon. Let us help master your job.
As you clean up this fall's leaves, the good folks at your local electric cooperative encourage you to be careful. Before you hoist a ladder to get to those leaf-clogged gutters, take a minute to look around your work area. Make a mental note of the height and location of all power lines, and then obey the 10-foot rule. Always keep your ladder at least 10 feet away from overhead power lines. We're Kentucky's electric cooperatives, and our power is our people.
Intercounty Energy, a Touchstone Energy cooperative.
Great! See, we're practically sitting on the field. If you could sit here.
Your food and drinks will be right over.
Oh, yes! For the same price as way up here. Great seats. Right up here with a blimp. Why wouldn't you? It's the same with auto insurance. With discounts up to 40%, it's possible to get the personal service of a State Farm agent for the same or less than those other guys.
See your State Farm agent in Harrodsburg, David Hopewell, and Randy Couch.
What makes Whitaker Bank uniquely Kentucky? Our mission is to provide comprehensive banking products and services for our customers and to invest in the Kentucky communities where we live. Whitaker Bank is a reliable partner, guiding you towards solid decisions for today's evolving environment and for the challenges you may face tomorrow. We are committed to building long-term relationships with our customers and the communities we serve. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And now, back to the DQ Pigskin Report.
And you're getting it live at the Harrodsburg DQ Grill and Show. We've got head football coach, 5-time ringmaster, Justin Haddix from the Boyle County Rebels. You were at Corbin for 6 years. You've been at Boyle County 6 years. Don't tell me you're leaving. I mean, see, you get your history, 6-6. Come on. Say you're going to stay, Coach.
I plan on staying.
Okay. All right. We're going to do the senior salute. Coach, I'm going to give you a name of a player, senior, and you tell me what he's meant to the program. Pearson Bernard.
Just a guy who came out as a sophomore and did whatever we asked of him and was there and just enjoyed being part of it.
Briley Burris.
Kid who'd never played football before, come up and obviously attacked the weight room and really made himself a player and started on the offensive line last year as a junior, and that was really his first time ever playing.
Wow.
And then ended up playing D-line and O-line both for us this year, but a good leader and active person for us.
Landon Campbell.
Landon is a kid who came over and joined our program. He was at Casey County and came over and just wanted to be here. He did whatever we asked of him. Gave a great look, and a lot of places he'd be a starter. And for us, he was just being mostly getting after it in practice a lot, but never was always there, committed, did whatever we asked of him.
This guy might have been your most consistent player on defense, Jax Crow.
Wild man.
Yeah.
He was definitely just the mindset of what you want of a defensive player. And if we had to have him on offense, he caught a touchdown against Ballard.
Yep.
Those are all things. He probably wanted to carry the ball, and he could do it all. He could throw, and he's got a lot of confidence. But just outstanding. He was a captain for our team this year, and how much he got better, matured, and seeing the way that he played, that mentality really fed off. Our team fed off that.
He got dinged. Did he get a stinger or something?
Kind of got a stinger in his neck in there in the finals. He didn't want to come out,
Yeah,
but we said, hey, it's time.
Yeah. Ashton Drakeford.
I obviously had Ashton one year, and Ashton came over and bought in January and went through Rebel Boot Camp and had a great preseason. Gets hurt during our opening week, and then they said, well, you'd have surgery now, possibly get back. You don't have surgery, you can't get back. You never know. Yeah. I want surgery. He got hurt on Thursday, had surgery on Friday, busted his butt to get back to help his team, and it was awesome seeing him out there.
Yeah. J.J. Goodman.
Another kid who came over, and then he got injured early, lifting weights, kind of had a little injury and had to sit out a few weeks, and it was great to get him back. He ended up being a starter at right tackle for us, and then played a lot on D-line there late, especially we got some heavy packages. But, he'll be a college player and plays well.
Landon Green.
Landon's obviously a special one. He, had surgery, lost his leg, and just what he meant for our team, and him being
inspiration,
there.
Yes.
Yes, inspiration for him of being there. He's an unbelievable young man, been dealt a rough hand, and he continues to fight and is there, and we're very blessed to have him around.
I'm not sure that I pronounce it. Micah Payton?
McCager Payton. McCager Payton. Another kid who just stuck it out. Maybe he wasn't getting to play as much as he wanted, did this, but stuck it out and did whatever we asked of him. Always had a smile on his face, wanted to get in. I think we let him carry one there a couple times and play this, but whatever we asked him, McCager, he was there to do, and, it was great having him on the team.
Jakeem Ray.
Really, you talk about in the big games how he stepped up for us, made a huge catch against Franklin in the finals, shut down corner. And maybe one of a big – I know I'll never forget the big catch. I saw him running against Covcath. He broke a little 3-yard out, and then, boom, he was gone. And we were on the headset and said, they're going to catch him, and he cut it back. Like, no, they're not. And, but made some outstanding plays for our team.
Keegan Russell.
Keegan's another kid who showed up every day. A lot of places he'd been a starter. He would be a starter at a lot of places around, and he showed up every day. He did whatever we asked of him, started on some special teams late for us, and just love being part of the team.
Jackson Shearer.
Same thing. Jackson, very similar to that. Worked hard in the weight room, strong kid. Played O-line, D-line for us and gave us a great look. A lot of places he'd probably been a starter. But, he worked his butt off and did what we needed to do for the team.
Jiden Smith-Heisel.
He's a special one to me. He's very special. They're all special, but obviously you got a little different situation with him of where he's came from and where he's matured and how much better he's gotten, and then what a season he had. Just up for Mr. Football. You'd never believed it, and what he's doing, just the season that he had and what he meant for our football team.
On a scout team for a couple of years. That's the unselfishness of him. Instead
listen,
of whining, pouting.
Would have been a 1,000-yard rusher at probably any school around us within a 20-mile radius. He'd been a 1,000-yard rusher for sophomore, junior, senior year. And he comes to us and busts his butt, and then here he is, has a great senior year, and it paid off for him.
Daryl Yancey.
Another one. He All-Area Lineman of the Year. He's one of 9 people up for the Lineman of the Year statewide. That's that. Won the All-Area Lineman of the Year also. Special young man, very coachable. Showed up the first day of school as a junior, and didn't play as a sophomore. Came from Louisiana, had a situation there, moved up here to live with his uncle. Shows up at school, coachable, just smile that will light up the room. Unbelievable young man, and so very happy for him.
Clifton Yoakum.
Another one. Just kind of came in and the leader that he is for our team, and you would never know it. Listen to him talk. He doesn't talk a whole lot. When he talks, they listen.
He talks on the field.
Yes. He talks with his play.
Yep.
Very, very dominant lineman for us. I mean, Lord have mercy. He was very, very good. Had an injury early. He missed. He got hurt against LCA. Had to sit out a couple games. I think he missed the Highlands and the Lakescath game. And then had a meniscus. And they were like, hey, you got a meniscus tear, you're probably done. He's like, no, I'm playing. Just brace me up. I'm going to play. I'll have surgery at the end of the year. And what that kid meant to our team.
Getting another inspiration.
Yep. Yes.
Colt Kelly.
Colt, 4-year starter. I said 4-year started as a freshman on the O-line for us and has just been a constant there. playing on the O-line, playing on the D-line, whatever we had, played center, played guard, played tackle. You know, if you noticed our team, we're able to move and we shift those linemen and do this. We got to have smart players, and he was a constant for us up front.
Bubby McPherson.
Bubby been a ball boy when I got here. You know, his dad coaches with us. It was funny just to see him, how he matured and had a great year his senior year. Lockdown corner, another kid who had been at if he would have went somewhere else, he would have been the feature back and carried it, been a 1,500-yarder and did all this, did this. His role on our team wasn't that. His role on our team was to be defense, return kicks, and we're going to use you some on offense. And he bought into that, and then he's a state champion, and, you know, he's going to be a college player somewhere.
And a guy that stayed around for the team, again, did what was best for the team, got hurt early. Baylor Murphy, what he's meant to hang in there. Yeah,
you know, Baylor, we talked about it a lot, came over and started as a junior, was undefeated, obviously there, and then we lost in the region finals. And then for him, got hurt, had a rib, got hurt. You know, affecting 2 or 3 games after that. Had to go out, did this, and then we get hot, we're rolling, and this is what we're going to do. He's at practice every day. Hey, I'll try to play receiver. I'll try to do something that I want to do. And then what a moment for him to get that in the finals. He ended up being our punter. We had a bunch of fake putts in. We didn't have to use them because we didn't punt a whole lot. And then he kicked off for us that one time. But he's a holder. He makes that huge play in the game. So very, very proud of him.
Well, Coach, again, we're very proud of you and the team, and a great year again that you have, and looking forward to getting back up there again.
I can't wait. We'll be we were taking up paths and doing stuff today, and looking at the rosters and depth charts and all that today. Kind of see what we had. It never stops, and we're continuing to work. I'm blessed to work with some of the best young men and coaches that I consider my best friends that we're around every day in our program, in our community. There's something special about this place here. There's everybody asks why they come in here. I say, well, there's something in the water, because you can see how much they've won, and then the people around it that care about it and want to see it be the best. It's a special place, and I'm very blessed to be able to coach here.
Coach, thank you so much for being available every week to be on the Pigskin Report, and we look forward to having you again next year.
Hey, go Rebels.
Go Rebels. Thank you, Coach. All right, we'll be back after this message with Jeff Pecoro, the sports director for Channel 36.
Great. See, we're practically sitting on the field. If you could sit here.
Your food and drinks will be right over.
Oh, yes! For the same price as way up here. Great seats. Right up here with a blimp. Why wouldn't you? It's the same with auto insurance. With discounts up to 40%, it's possible to get the personal service of a State Farm agent for the same or less than those other guys.
See your State Farm agent in Harrodsburg, David Hopewell, and Randy Couch.
For most of us, power outages, however rare, are a frustrating inconvenience. For others, they're a matter of life and death. If you or someone you love depends on electrically powered life support equipment, give the friendly folks at your local electric cooperative a call. They can help by noting the situation on a special list of customers who receive top priority in restoring power following unplanned outages. We're Kentucky's electric cooperative, and our power is our people.
Intercounty Energy, a Touchstone Energy cooperative.
Are you considering a new home purchase or maybe a remodel? Are you looking for a stable partner you can trust to help you understand your options? This is Jason Tyler. I'm a loan officer at Whitaker Bank in Harrodsburg. As part of your community, I'm here to help you understand the best options for you today and in the future. Give me a call at 859-734-3316 and let me show you what Uniquely Kentucky means. Whitaker Bank is Uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
CC Auto Parts and Service is the difference. We get it. No appointment necessary. Fast, friendly auto service every time. We'll have you in and out, hassle-free. Brakes, engines, and service of every kind. With free pickup and free delivery. CC Auto Parts and Service is the difference. We get it.
Most of us may have some weekend free time, so when you find yourself looking at a home project, come see us at Job Master Rental. We'll get you the right tool for any job. We can help you tackle home improvement projects to major construction and everything in between. Come see us at Job Master and take advantage of our weekend special. Pick up a piece of equipment on Friday after 3 p.m. and return it by 8 a.m. Monday morning and pay the one-day price. Come see us for all your rental needs. Visit us at jobmasterrental.com. We have 2 convenient locations in Danville and Lebanon. Let us help master your job.
And now, back to the DQ Pigskin Report.
All right. We got one more left. Jeff Pecoro, Sports Director, WTVQ, Channel 36, color analyst for the UK radio network. Disappointing end to a 5-7 season from the UK Wildcats football team. Give us your thoughts about the 2025 season.
Well, it's one of those close but no cigar, You win a couple of those games early in the season, especially the Texas game, and it's a whole different look to and feel to the season. It's hard to comprehend this. Going into the season, Mark was really high on this team. I think he thought that they had a great shot. Tennessee, I think, kind of exposed some things, and Vanderbilt obviously exposed some things, and then by the time you got to Louisville, you were just so depleted on the defensive side, and really your offense did nothing in that game, and your defense was just overwhelmed. It was tough to watch the last couple weeks, and that's what makes it so hard. Is there was no excitement, there was no I don't want to say the team quit because they were really, really banged up, but it just kind of got hard to watch there towards the end.
The last 2 games are just so disappointing. Like I said, coaches don't like excuses that, it's injuries. Right. It's all part of the game. You played. You know what it was like out there on the field. It's just like you said, that Texas game, that could have turned a little more because they had that game. That's a game they could have won and they should have won.
Right. That's football. I mean, you watched Ohio State the other night. I mean, if Sayan's knee doesn't hit the ground before he stretches out, it's 1st and goal, and maybe it's a different ending. You could say that in pretty much, any close game you watch. But, yeah, they just can't. It just didn't seem the last couple of years with Mark get over that hump in any of those 50-50 games, that were toss-up games. That's what kills you, because you got to win some of those that you're not supposed to win to have a great season.
If you could wrap up the career of Mark Stoops at UK, because there was many ups, and probably more ups than downs, but how would you wrap up his tenure as a head man at UK?
The best coach they ever had. I mean, his numbers speak for themselves. Even Bear Bryant, well, he wasn't here 8 years, but, the guy went to 8 straight bowl games. And you have to remember this, too. Rick, this is the biggest thing. When he got here, the cupboard was empty, and I mean empty. There were no athletes on this team when he got here. I'll never forget, we're at practice the first year, and he's with Neil Brown, and he says, what do we got? They're talking about the receivers, and he goes, well, here's all of them. And he says, okay. And he goes, that one and that one, points to 2 guys. They're going to run the right route pretty much every time, and that one's pretty good hands. The other one's 50-50. That's all we got. That's it. There was no other receivers. And then he's talking to a secondary coach, and they're looking. He goes, where are the safeties? He goes, this is all of them. They were all small. Back when he got here, everybody was 5'10", 5'11", maybe 6 foot, 185, 190. Mark came from at Florida State in those teams where they were long and athletic, and 6'3" at the corner, 6'4". 215-pounders at safety. So he had to change all that. And in 2 years, he did that. And then, you go to 8 straight bowl games. So I think what he did here was remarkable, outstanding. And in a couple of years, I think people will understand what he did and how tough it is to win at the University of Kentucky in the Southeastern Conference. I mean, they're 1 game away, the 10-win season, Josh Allen, Benny, they, for whatever reason, against Tennessee, and it was a bad Tennessee team. If they win that game, they're playing in the SEC championship game, and they lost that game. And it was, I thought, man, if you just win that game, you go to the Sugar Bowl. And unfortunately, they did not play well at Tennessee. And like I said, in years to come, they're going to remember him for his 82 wins and, the best coach they ever had here.
There's been so much conjecture about whether UK's a couple of years behind in NIL and transfer portal. And some of the decisions obviously didn't work out in the transfer portal like we had hoped. And that's a crapshoot. You don't know sometimes what you're going to get, but you just hope for the best and hope that pieces all fit together.
Correct. And that's what people don't understand about this. You think because a guy is a great player at X school, when he comes to your school, he's going to be a great player. It takes time, especially the offensive line, for instance. In those first couple games, it was hard for them to run the football, right? But as the season went on, they ran it better and better and better because those guys, it was a cohesive unit. It takes time, especially in the offensive line, for those guys to gel together. That's why he was always looking for depth in the offensive line. So now next year, you lose 4 starters in that offensive line, but Farmer's back, Malachi's back. There was a couple guys that really, I think, freshmen that played a lot and played well, Stray, some of the other guys up front. So he's created some depth in that offensive line that you don't every year have to go out and find 3 or 4 studs somewhere to fill in the holes, and that was the key. And I think that Will is going to do a fine job. Will's a great recruiter. Burke's a great recruiter. Sloan's a great recruiter. So I think those guys are invaluable to him in the very near future.
What's your gut feeling on Cutter Boley staying?
He wants to be here. I think that there are teams that are going to come after him. There are teams in the SEC that have already come after him. It's going to be interesting, but he wants to play at UK. So I think any offer UK makes that's close to what the others have, I think he'll stay at UK.
He closed the book on Mark Stoops again. He had so many, like you said, I think he took on, if memory serves correct, he had walk-ons at wide receivers. It was, the cupboard was that bare. And in the SEC, Jeff, you can't do that.
No, you can't. And I think that Mark, being a defensive coach, realized that very early that, look, we can cover what we have pretty easy with what I have, so I have to go out there and find something better than what we got. And that was always an uphill struggle with that. I mean, you can always go to Ohio and find, in Pennsylvania and places close to find the bigs, but you really have to mind places like Florida and Texas to get that speed and size at receiver. So it's going to be real interesting. I think the other thing, when you look at the guys that are coming in here as the coaches, they're younger guys. I think when this NIL and more importantly the portal hit, Mark was kind of, I don't want to be a general manager. I just want to coach football. But it's different now. You've got 100 free agents every single year. So it's not just going out and getting guys, but it's retaining the guys that you have.
Jeff, when you heard the name Will Stein, what were your first thoughts that he was going to be head coach?
I was very happy because of Oregon's offense. Really liked the way Oregon attacks. Everybody thinks, because they score 40 points a game, that they throw the ball all over the field. It is not the Tim Couch offense. It's not that. They run the football. They've always had a 1,000-yard rusher. They averaged always over 150 yards the 3 years that Will was there running the football. That offense was ridiculously good. They spread the field out. They spread the line of scrimmage out. There's bigger gaps for the running backs to run through, but everything's predicated on the run, and I like that because that's, I think, what you have to be in the SEC. You have got to be able to run the football, and you have to be able to stop the run in the SEC to be successful. But the other thing is they're young, like I said, younger coaches who are more adept at this portal and things like that. Just new blood, younger. I mean, the kid's only 36 years old, but I'm all for it. I knew his dad very well, played with him. He was my roommate in 1981. Matt was a tough, hard-nosed overachiever, and I think Will is just the same as his father.
Jeff, if they open up that offense, it's sort of like the air raid. If you remember back then, they had the best receivers wanted to come here because they're never going to get thrown to. Running backs knew they were going to get a lot of touches, too, for the balance. Yep. And it seemed like you got some of the better offensive linemen. You had to have them, besides the quarterbacks wanting to get excited about an open air raid offense, if you will.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, look, it's a fun offense. And I think that always after you go through a defensive cycle with a defensive coach, I think that you look to change things up when you go out and find the next one. I was hoping it would be Hartline or Stein. That was the two guys that I was really excited about. Dan Mullen's a nice coach, but that didn't excite me. I don't think that was going to turn the public on if they brought him in. But I think that the fan, and really, when you're in Mitch's shoes and you've lost the fan base, you've got to bring somebody in that is going to, turn things around in your fan base and excite your fan base. And I think he did that.
I think he did that with Mark Pope, obviously, and I think it'll prove out everybody needs to get off his back a little bit and let him get the guys healed up. And I think with the Kentucky connections, I think Stein is he's got, just like as Pope has said, Kentucky connections that I think is going to be invaluable.
Yeah, well, and that's the key too. He knows what he's getting into. He knows what it's like to be in the state of Kentucky. He knows what the rivalries are like. He knows about Tennessee. He knows about Louisville. Well, he played at Louisville. So I think that was imperative. But to go back with what you said about Mark Pope, they have to figure out as a team, those guys do not play as a team, and I don't think they like each other very well, and that has to change. There's supposedly an incident that happened that has really separated the team, and you can tell that those guys do not have fun, and he has to figure it out and figure it out quickly because he's got another huge. You got Indiana coming up, and you got St. John's, and both of those coaches are not going to be easy on Mark Pope. Rick wants to win. The teacher always wants to beat the pupil, and you have. Look, here's the deal: if you don't win one or both of those games, you look at the SEC. You're probably going to lose 5 or 6 games in the SEC. Even last year you did, right? I think they lost 6 or 7 games. You don't have a Power 4 win right now. You've lost 5 games to Power 4 opponents, and none of them you look good in, except maybe you could say Louisville. But that's not good. And if you lose to St. John's and Indiana, I don't think this team makes the NCAA tournament. That's the scary thought.
Well, most definitely, yeah. Any final thoughts that you have on the season? We sure appreciate your availability and wanting to be a part of the DQ Pigskin Report every Monday night.
Yeah, I just say this to the fans out there. I understand the last 2 games and how things changed, and you wanted to change, and you voiced yourself on radio, on social media. But, again, Mark Stoops left this program 100 times better than what it was when he got here, and that's what I want people to remember. And I think that in a couple of years, people are going to say he was one heck of a coach here, and I hope that's how they remember him.
I've always said, Jeff, I don't care if it's high school or college. You got to give the coach 4 years of the freshman he has come in. If they're still around for the 4th year, have they gotten better, stayed the same, or gotten worse? I think that's how you can fairly judge a coach.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this one more thing. Their sophomore class is really, really good. There was a lot of them that had to play a lot this year. And I think that you're going to see in the next year or two that sophomore class and one of your boys down there on the defensive line, Jared Smith. I think those guys like him played really, really well this year, and I think they are the future of this football team.
Jeff Pecoro, thank you so much for your availability, and we'll still keep in touch. You get a couple times a month. We'll check in with you.
No problem.
All right.
Bye, bud.
All right, there we go. All right, Joe, thank you all so much. Robert Wagner all season long there. Thank you listening. Super Dave, everybody, TNT. Super Dave. Everybody coming out. We've had the Padre come out at times.
Yep.
And the Mathis family as well.
They were here today.
All right, thank you all for listening. We'll be back again hopefully next year at the DQ Pigskin Report. And be good sports fans. Merry Christmas.
High school basketball season now.
High school basketball starts tomorrow night.
Yep. Super Dave.
This has been the DQ Pigskin Report, brought to you by State Farm Insurance Agents, Intercounty Energy, CC Auto Parts and Service, Whitaker Bank, Jobmaster Rental, and by DQ of Harrodsburg. Join us every Monday evening at 6 during football season for the Pigskin Report on the Hometown Radio Network and hometownlive.net. Miss any part of the show? Listen to the video replay on hometownlive.net.
This is WHBN Harrodsburg, The Rooster, broadcasting on AM